So this summer, my friend Dylan and I we went to Wild Mountain, which is a place in Wisconsin, and in the winter, it's a snow and like a ski and snowboarding place, and then in the summer, they have a water park type area, and then go-karts and stuff, and so it's really spread out, and at the bottom of the hill, they have like tents set up, and with picnic tables underneath them, and so we like brought snacks and everything to like hang out there all day. And there was a huge like school group there, kind of like kids club or something, and they all had like matching t-shirts and everything, and they made the lines really long. But then it started to rain, and so we went under our tent, and they started to leave, and so we were kind of glad because then the lines would be long or shorter. But then we were sitting there watching the buses leave, and this little kid walks under our tent, and we're like, what? And he doesn't acknowledge us or anything. He just like walks under, and he like looks and watches the buses leave, and he's like, oh no, don't go. And first of all, me and Dylan were like, he has terrible chaperones because they just left him, and obviously they can't count, or they just didn't care because he's standing right here and the buses are driving away. Second of all, this kid wasn't running after the buses. He was just standing there. Like, if he was fast enough, he probably could have made it, but nope, he just stood underneath our tent. So, and we're like, okay, but then he called his dad, and he's like, yeah, Dad, I got left. So, but then a few minutes later, one of his chaperones walks up to the tent, and he's like, dude, where have you been? And the kid's like, I thought you left me. And his chaperone's like, no, we've been looking for you everywhere. We've been waiting for you. And so this story reminds me a lot of a story in the Bible, the parable of the lost sheep. In Matthew 18:12-14 says, if a man has 100 sheep and one of them wanders away, what will he do? Won't he leave the 99 others on the hill and go out to search for the one that is lost? And if he finds it, I tell you the truth, he will rejoice over it more than over the 99 that didn't wander away. In the same way, it is not my heavenly Father's will that even one of these little ones should perish. So back in their day, the shepherd was like, their whole entire job was to make sure these sheep like stayed alive and like to fight like lions and stuff, like not to eat the sheep and stuff. So their whole job was to look after the sheep. So even when like they had 99 sheep, if they lost one, they would go after it and find it. And that's really like how Jesus is. Even though like there's like lots of Christians and everything, he wants a personal relationship with every single person, and he'll go after them no matter what it takes. And also another story, the parable of the lost coin in Luke chapter 15, 8-10. Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Won't she light a lamp and sweep the entire house and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she will call in her friends and neighbors and say, rejoice with me because I have found my lost coin. In the same way, there is joy in the presence of God's angels when even one sinner repents. So this lady, she doesn't just like hope she finds it again. Like she searches the whole entire house until she finds it. God like doesn't care what you are. Like he doesn't care what you've done, no matter what you've done or like where you come from or anything. He loves you no matter what. He wants you as you are. And he's not gonna like just wait for you. He's gonna go out and like search for you. And God will put people in your lives to help impact you and lead you to him. And he could even be putting you in somebody else's life for you to impact somebody else. And you may think that the like bus has already left you and like you've messed up and like there's no way that God's still gonna want you. But that's not the case. It doesn't matter. God is still gonna wait. That bus is gonna wait for you. And God is gonna come looking for you and searching for you, and like he wants a personal relationship with every single person. And so, like, he could be putting you in somebody else's life to help impact them. So, like Mr. Brookins always says, like, be the good, because sometimes just, like, being good and making good decisions will help impact other people. And just being nice to other people can even impact other people. And I'm sure, like, any of the FCA leaders, or, like, if anybody ever has questions, like, me or my sister would, like, love to answer questions or, like, talk to anybody. So, yeah.